It's Sunday! Welcome to Fluffernutter Live, episode 5. I believe we're on right now. Yeah, because 4, 5. Yeah, 5. How are you guys? Actually, I don't think anybody's on, so I'm just going to say hi to you guys anyways. I always come into these with way too much energy. Did it go dark? Do I have to work on my lighting and my production set? I have a beautiful, you guys have never seen this before in my setup. I literally have, it's a professional light, but it's covered by a bed sheet to give this beautiful white flow over my face to really exasperate the whiteness that I am. We have some stuff to talk about today, and you know I'm going to start off with that SpaceX launch. But as you know, all Fluffernutter Lives start with its core element. Do you remember what it is? Fluffernutters. All right, let's do it. You guys good? Is this a stressful week for you guys? You don't look stressed. You guys look good. You guys look like you've been hitting that P90X. Yeah? We'll talk about that later too. Getting that Fluffernutter ready. I don't even know if I'm going to eat this. I'm not really craving it. Don't judge. Oh, I didn't even clap I never clap myself in. This is a continual thing that I forget. And it's bound to be tradition for me to just clap myself in way too late on this thing. But let me get it. Thank you. Thank you. I know. Okay, now we get to the uniqueness that is a Fluffernutter. The fluff. I hope I don't get in trouble for having brand name stuff. Actually, I wonder if that's ever a thing, right? People always worry when it comes to like copyright or using other kind of stuff. Matthew, welcome. Welcome. Hold on, I'll give you a wave for being the first one on. Hold on. Boom, got you. So, people always worry about, copyright issues, right? With, like, if I'm wearing a Supreme shirt in the middle of a video, or, I don't know, if I'm, for example, I'm using GIF right now, and who makes this? I don't even know who makes this. Kraft makes Jet Puffed, right? So, people are worried, like, man, if I put this in my video, they could sue me for, like, copyright type stuff, right? But do people ever worry about, like, let's say I had like a great value version of this, or I don't know what Public's version or any other brand, but if I use would Great Value sue? Because you never hear about that. You never hear of like generic brands suing. Do they not have the money for it, or do they just genuinely not care? They're like, literally any bit of advertisement we can get, let's go for it. Because the Fruit Loops that we have, compared to the real Fruit Loops, it's the same thing. It's all the same thing. What does this say? Oh, okay. Yeah, I waved. Oh, man, we have a late audience today. Okay, hold up. Put it up. Gotta make sure everything stays clean. That launch would have been amazing to be there in person. Oh, actually, hold on. Before I even start, this is kind of funny. Someone on my last YouTube... the last... episode of Fluffernutter Live. I downloaded it, uploaded it to YouTube and Facebook, like I always do, right? So I uploaded it, and someone messaged me on YouTube. I don't know what... It's weird. This will happen. If you guys ever get used to, if you guys do it yourself, if you ever post things on YouTube or anything like that, sometimes people won't comment. They'll message you. And that's just... It's like, why don't you just comment below? Anyways, he said that... Let me see if I can do it. He said that the shadow that my lamp makes is the same logo as the Rebel Alliance in Star Wars. Look at this. Let's see. Let's say, right? What? Do I have a way of showing you? I don't have another device. I'm pretty sure that's what it looks like. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Rebel Alliance. I don't really follow Star Wars. It's not a thing I usually follow. That's pretty close. I'm not a part of the Rebel Alliance. Don't join. Rookies Official, a.k.a. Johnny, a.k.a. Mr. Gonzalez, a.k.a. Rico Suave. Welcome. Over you too. What I was just saying, I don't even know this, Johnny. They were saying that the shadow of my lamp looks like the Rebel Alliance logo from Star Wars. Weird. I'll give you another chance to look at it. Okay, I'm turning it back on. I need backlight. Gets weird in here. A little creepy. Okay. What do we have up on this? I don't even know. Let me check. Okay. Yeah, I have a couple things I want to talk about, and I have a few questions. I don't know if I'm going to do a talk with myself today, because the topic that it's about, I haven't really wrapped my head around. So it's confusing alternative Andy that talks to me about these problems. And it's a complex situation. Well, it's not really that complex. It's just I haven't really been able to... I don't know. Maybe it's so simple it's hard to understand. I don't know. Okay. So, SpaceX launch. Jesus, let me talk about this. Okay. So, for any of you guys that don't know, I'm never going to be able to say it. I got one bite in. Just like I explained last time, SpaceX and Boeing are competing to be able to launch humans from United States soil up into space to ISS, whatever they need to do. We've been paying Russia like $80 million a seat, the enemy. We've been paying them $80 million a seat to be able to launch Americans to space. That shit needs to stop, right? So, NASA created a program called the Crew Commercial Program, which will permit U.S. companies to shoot humans into space from U.S. soil. Okay, now, that being said, part of this process is they have to be able to show that their abort systems work. Boeing doesn't, but that's a whole other controversy I'm not going to get into. So, what ends up happening, everybody say hi to Mom. Mom has joined us. So, this is the rocket, right? This is the Falcon 9 rocket, right? The thing that shoots up into space. This here is the capsule that humans will go into. So, it launches up, and the idea of this test is this is supposed to fail in some way, shape, or form, and this needs to get away from that failure as soon as possible. So, disconnect and shoot away and get the humans away from the danger, okay? So, that happened today. It was beautiful, and if you go back on my Instagram feed today, if you end up seeing it, you'll see all the pictures. I even posted the video of the situation. It went beautifully. In very Elon Musk fashion. He did everything exactly how it should have gone, showing that SpaceX is better than Boeing. And so that went great. And it was. I wish I was there. There was so much chaos with the explosion that happened up there, and then the second stage ended up flying down back to Earth and hitting the ocean hard enough that it made it do a second explosion with the remaining fuel it had on there. Amazing stuff. There's great footage coming out. The guy I follow, his name is Everyday Astronaut, does amazing work when it comes to following the space stuff. And he brought this 2,500 millimeter telescope lens for his camera. Sex for the camera roll. Woo! I'm about to school y'all today. You're about to learn about plane stuff. Something I just learned. Not that I've always known this. I'm not that wise yet. It's about Delta dumping fuel all over kids. Not funny. It's not funny. Okay. So, a lot of misinformation got shot out into the public about what had happened with Delta. Which for those that don't understand this, Delta was at LAX. It was going to depart. LAX is Los Angeles. It was going to depart Los Angeles, go to China. It took off, and literally in the midst of taking off, they realized they were experiencing something called an engine surge. The best way to explain this, think of it like a blockage inside the engine, but only a portion of it. So if air right here, do I have a thing? You're right, I should draw for you, because I'm an amazing drawer, right? Okay. Making things all kinds of official. Okay, there's the center, there's a bunch of blades. This is going to look like a flower inside of a capsule. Alright, that's the face of the engine, right? Okay, cool. These things here are the blades as they rotate. Now, as they rotate, the reason why they rotate is because they're angled in a certain way to push air back into the engine, compress it, and explode it with fuel and oxygen, that whole deal, right? Okay, cool. What will happen sometimes is ice or a bird will get caught up in one of these blades or some kind of obstruction on one of the blades that prevents that blade, that specific blade, from pushing air back into the engine. Now, when that happens, it's like a blockage. It's like, think like an artery that has like buildup in it and it's less flow. So it makes the engine do this thing called an engine surge, which is like, if you ever hear it, it's kind of cool. If you guys are into the car world, you hear this all the time with really poorly tuned cars. Same concept, right? Okay. It's not that bad, but bad enough that you don't want to go all the way to Beijing with this, right? So, Delta turns around. ATC, which is the tower people they talked to back on the ground, said, do you want to dump fuel? Pilot said, no, I don't want to dump fuel. Okay, cool. They come around. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. It takes a lot of fuel to get from Los Angeles to China. So that plane was filled to the brim with fuel. When they turned around, for whatever reason, this is what people are hypothesizing at this point. That pilot realized that he was too filled with fuel to land because these aircraft are designed to only be able to hold so much fuel when they land. Too much fuel, and when they land, it puts too much pressure on the landing gears, which will make them snap and break and everybody dies, right? Horrible shit. So, the only thing people can assume about what this pilot did, because he didn't communicate to anybody about what he was going to do, he just dumped fuel right over a populated area, which involves like 20 kids or something like that. And that's what really happened. And we will not know until the investigation is done about whether or not that pilot made a good decision. Because who knows? Maybe it's a variable that we're not considering. But as of right now, he dumped fuel on kids. Wow. That's gotta suck. I fear for any pilot, because you hear this all the time. Actually, it's part of that Sully movie, is pilots are not judged for their tenure of service, but for the one accident that they'll actually commit to. So, hopefully he keeps his job. Maybe, I don't know, unless he's a piece of shit, and he dumped it on the kids because he was just mad. Maybe one of them was bullying his daughter, and he was like, that's the school. So, what? If you want more detail about that, there's a guy, I learned all that from a guy who's called Mentor Pilot. Really good YouTuber. Maybe. Johnny, we don't know if he's fired yet. Because maybe he had a reason. I mean, he landed and everybody lives. There might be a hero story there, we just don't know. People were mad at Sully when he landed. Okay. What was the other thing? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So you guys have been informed about that. How are you guys doing? Fired. Creative use of using flames. That's perfect. Just catching my breath here. Sometimes it's hard to eat while talking. I mean, this is a really difficult thing to eat and talk with at the same time. I'm always having to check to see if there's like marshmallow on me. Because I'm just waiting to get like gift or something. So Matthew says, as long as he files an ATC report, if asked by the FAA and it is approved, he'll be fine. That's the thing. But ATC did ask him, and he said no. And then when he got over populated land, he dumped fuel. After denying ATC that he needs to dump fuel, because they have designated areas for fuel dumping. But hold on, let me make sure I read that right. As long as he files an ATC report, if asked by the FAA and it is approved, he'll be fine. I mean, unless you mean that, like, if he just files a report post-incident. I don't know, we'll see. This is going to be funny. We'll talk about it in some episode whenever that investigation's done. Okay. Good point, Johnny. Water. Let me hydrate. And I'm back. This is kind of like, I don't know, this might bore you guys, not sure. Kind of like a self-development thing. Something I'm realizing about this whole pilot thing that's really working out for me. I think it's, oh God, if I sound like your parents or something like that, I'm sorry. It's gonna happen, okay? Daddy Andy's in this bitch. Sorry for cussing. Shouldn't cuss at my children. Okay. If you guys don't know, in the world of self-development, right, when you really want to better yourself, there's an acronym you can always use to make sure, it's like a checklist you can check on to see what part of yourself you're not working on enough, right? That acronym is PIES, right? P-I-E-S. Can I do something, by the way? No, I'm going to do it right now. So, that acronym stands for physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. Spiritual is more for those that are religious. I'm not that religious. I'm not that much of a religious man. But when you get into the physical, intellectual, and emotional, that's across the board for everybody, right? And some people find spiritual to not have to be a religious aspect. You can have a spiritual development other ways. I haven't wrapped my head around that. I'm not grown up enough. Okay, so the reason I'm bringing this up, if you choose a goal or you set a thing for your life where you're forced to go in a direction and the finish line of that direction requires you to work on all those categories, and you know you'd enjoy going that path, you should really consider taking it. And consider all of those categories, physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual, as you do it. Because right now, for me to be a pilot, right? In this day and age, pilots aren't really always that healthy. Every time I go to an airport, pilots don't really take care of themselves. But you should be as fit as you possibly can, constantly be learning, not just as a pilot, but learning about yourself and about people and people skills, that whole deal, right? So concentrate on the intellectual side of yourself and the emotional stability side of yourself. You don't need to be an angry pilot with 147 souls on board. I don't know why I said 147. Is that Sully's number? Let's see how many people Sully saved. Is that where I'm getting it from? I swear I watched that movie forever ago, but maybe it's still with me. Sully 147? Nope. I don't know where I got 147 for. Anyway, you don't want to be an angry little pilot when you're flying with that many souls on board. Well, any souls on board. So, that's my big thing. That's what I really want to get for, is that this whole pilot course thing, or this, in the direction of becoming a pilot, is forcing me. Because sometimes it's hard to tell yourself, let's say you had a sedentary lifestyle, pretty relaxed, you're just, flipping burgers at McDonald's, you're getting by, paying bills, that whole deal. That doesn't really force you to work on yourself. But this shit, it's crazy. Okay, you guys are saying stuff, and I try not to look because ADHD. Okay, excellent point. Risoli, water, had to get the nipple bottle. Your boy's growing up, man, but I got to transition into adulthood. Only send the report if asked, because you don't have to unless asked. Don't volunteer info. It's like cops. Plead the fifth. Sir, did you pour fuel all over kids? I'm not talking to you. Okay. Don't remember. That's a good saying to live by. I know, right? What if you're alone? Yeah, if you're alone, whatever. No one cares. You can be the most out of shape, dumbest, emotionally unstable pilot with a complete lack of God in your life. Do whatever you want. Would you do the loop? I don't know what you mean by the loop. If you mean like a barrel roll, I want to. They have acrobatic classes, but I don't even know if I'm going down that direction. Which reminds me, I gotta answer questions here. 155 souls. So thanks, Matthew, for correcting me in public. That's cool. Thank you. 155 souls for any of you guys that don't remember or don't know. So barely roll. It's like a drunk roll. You're going too slow, and you're just like, oh shit. Wait, is that all I need to talk to you guys about? I lost it, guys. Okay, I'm back. Oh, hey, you guys, tomorrow, if you guys into guns or anything, tomorrow in Virginia is going to be a little weird. Tomorrow's the day that everybody goes to the Capitol to, I guess, dispute this whole situation. And the whole United States is watching. So that'll be interesting. Any upcoming launches? I'll tell you about that in a second. We'll see. Because that's a whole complex topic. Okay. Oh, actually, Johnny, you put up little water pistols, which used to be guns. This is interesting. I think I may have mentioned this in a previous thing. There is a course for pilots to take in New Mexico for airline pilots, okay? Where you get to take a course to be able to utilize a firearm while on duty as a pilot. So that's interesting. But supposedly, and I didn't get the full details on this. It's a brief search. You're not allowed to talk about it when you take the course. You're not supposed to, like, I guess, brag about it or whatnot. But they teach you how to utilize a firearm in a plane in the most effective way possible without taking the plane down, of course. It takes a lot to take a plane down with a gun. But, as well, like how to fight in between seats and how to deal with all that kind of... That sounds... Yeah, I know. New Mexico. It's actually in Mexico. So... But that's the thing. And supposedly, it's a company-sponsored thing. Like, your company will pay for it. And less than, like, 12% of all pilots in the entire history of pilots since 2001 has taken this course. And it's been around since 2003, I believe. So any of you guys, prospective pilots, current pilots, retiring pilots, you don't need to care. Consider that. That's a thing. All right, let me answer questions. Johnny, heads up to Johnny and anybody else that talks about this. I just realized that when I post to my Instagram stories, that it goes to my Facebook stories, and you still have the ability to answer my questions. Like, if you want to ask questions on this Fluffernutter Live, that you can answer them on Facebook. I don't get them on Instagram, though, so I won't see them. But I have a computer in front of me. That's the thing. So, let me get to Johnny's question, I'll get to everybody else's. Or don't. Actually, I don't... Oh, yeah, that's right. I had to write it down because I can't access it from a computer. If you're gonna have me answer questions, just do it through Instagram. It's so much better that way. Did I write? I did write it down. Johnny asked, would you go back into the Air Force and use your pilot's license? I cannot do that. It is not possible. To an extent. It's improbable. Because there's an age limit, first off. And I think it's for the Air Force, it's really young. It's in the late 20s. I know the Army will accept anything around the 30s. There are waivers to get in at an older age, but to become a pilot in the Air Force, you have to have your bachelor's degree. And your boy has I'm just under getting my associates. So, no, I'd have to do another 2 years, and now I'm 34 at that time. So, no. And I wouldn't do it anyways. There's more prospects and opportunity in the civilian world than there are in the military world. So, that's a thing. So, that answers your question. What are you guys saying? Probably low calibers. I didn't see a caliber restriction. I would assume, because it doesn't really matter. I mean, when you talk about the scale of an aircraft, a 9mm or 45mm, it's not going to really matter. Now, clearly, like a 50 cal, like a Desert Eagle on the aircraft's not going to exactly cut it. But I assume they're probably going to stick around NATO-based. That would actually make a lot of sense, using NATO-approved ammunition, like the 9mm. That would probably make more sense. But I don't know. If I take it, can't talk to you about it, so it doesn't matter. You gotta do it damn self. John Wick status, no. Just only in the bad guys. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, my questions are here now. Okay, Carmen Quattro. I've been messaging you. He says, how is King's School? I've heard it's corny, but are you still learning from... I can't read the rest. How do I... If I tap on it... Oh, it brings it out. Ow! I hiccuped. How is King's School? I've heard it's pretty corny, but are you still learning from it? It is corny. And you could tell by the one Instagram post I made about it. Well, that was story, so it's gone now. It's corny. But it's informative with the way that they teach it, because they use graphics in a certain way that makes it a little easy to understand. Wow, Carmen, solid timing. I'm literally talking about your question right now. Let me restart. I have questions. Let's see. What was the question? How is King's School? I've heard it's pretty corny. I can't believe I forgot the question already, but are you still learning from it? Okay, it is corny. It's cool, no worries. Johnny and Matthew will digitally kick your ass for showing up late, but it'll be like a brotherhood type ass kick kind of thing. So, very corny, very weird. Still feels kind of like a 90s based training module, but it is informative. It uses graphics in a really great way. You can learn pretty easily fast. But this is something I learned from all the mentorships I was doing with other pilots, is there is no single program that's going to teach you everything. So as I'm going through Kings, I'll go through a module and I'll study outside of it. I'll be on YouTube and Facebook and all that other stuff. So King's doesn't always teach the most effective way about a certain program. So I'll go online and people on YouTube will do it better, or it'll be more in detail in the FAQ, Pilot Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge. Luckily, I've studied about. I'm on chapter 6 now of the FAQ, so there's a few things that helped me learn things more in detail. Craig has joined us, which is Craig Does Wheelies. I don't know if you guys made that association. Okay, next question. Wow. That's weird that I'm even getting this question. I see this happen to like high-end vlogger type people who do live streams. The question is a hot dog a taco or a sandwich? I've seen this before, and it's highly up for debate. What do you guys think? Do you guys think a hot dog... Hold on, do you think a hot dog or a taco... Or do you think a hot dog is a taco or a sandwich? Tell me. Craig, let's see here. Craig, join. Where do you think you're so But, okay, so John, if you call it a bread taco, doesn't it make it a taco? Because saying bread in front of it doesn't make it like a happy medium. I felt like you were trying to go that route. Let's do something. I'm going to inform you guys here, because this here, PBS has nothing on this show. You guys are going to learn. Define a sandwich. Okay, actually, let's bring up both. Define a hot dog. Okay, an item of food consisting of 2 pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other fillings between them, eaten as a light meal. That kind of already fails it, because it says 2 pieces of bread. Now, what if you had a double taco? And do you consider shells bread? Do we need to define bread? Is this going to rabbit hole? We're probably going to rabbit hole down this, guys. Bread is a food made with flour or water and yeast or another leavening agent mixed together and baked. Technically, a tortilla could be bread. So, we'll leave it at that, but it says 2 slices of bread. So is a taco not a taco unless it's a double stacker? I don't know. Let's find out what a hot dog is defined as. A hot dog is a frankfurter, especially one served hot in a long, soft roll and topped with various condiments. A frankfurter. I don't like that. What does frankfurter mean? Frankfurter is a seasoned smoked sausage made of beef or pork. Oh, according to this, that takes it straight. No, hold on. It says a seasoned smoked sausage made of beef and pork. Right? That's not true, though. It's not always that way. Either way, it's seasoned meat. So technically, it'd still be a taco, too. You guys, this is crazy. This was a whole debate. And it started, I'm not kidding you, the first time I ever heard this question, I was watching Everyday Astronaut. I don't know if you guys know this. On YouTube, when you do live streams, people can pay to have their comments stick up at the top for a longer period of time. And this dude paid $100 to have his question stick up at the top. And he asked this very question. And to this day, people, and that was like months ago, to this day, people still talk about it in his live chats. I swear, if this becomes a staple, I don't care. Screw it. You guys enjoy it. Let's see, 100% sandwich. Okay, so, oh God, you guys kept talking. Okay, bread taco, sandwich, hot dog. Okay, hold on. I need to narrow this down. So we got one for Johnny's bread taco. I'm going to leave you as a 0 until you make a definitive answer, unless you already have. Okay, so we got one for sandwich, one for hot dog. That doesn't make sense because of hot dog. One for sandwich, one for taco, 2 for sandwich, 2 for taco. We're even right now. And now everybody's just yelling back and forth. That's okay. This is getting out of hand, as Johnny says. Subway doesn't serve sandwiches by that definition. But Subway's not the authority in this. What is meat? 2 hours later, Siri, what is hand towel? Matthew said, Siri, 2 hours later, Siri, what is a hand towel? Siri, you apple boy. So you actually know what's in a hot dog go. Oh, yeah, they do. They do, Carmen Quattro. Am I saying your name right? Sure am. Okay, let's get past that question. Jesus, this is getting really informative. Why did you choose Blue Line? That's going to be in my upcoming video. But they won in like multiple facets, different categories from how much it cost and quality of life and instructor position. It's a long video. But I finished it last night at 15 pages. I thinned it up as much as I could, and it's still 13 pages of script to talk about ATP versus Blue Line. So, it's impossible for me to explain every reason why I chose Blue Line. Doesn't mean necessarily that Blue Line might be better for you. High probability that it is a better school for you, but it just depends on your situation. Okay. You guys are still talking about Disneyland. Let's see. Quiznos. Depends if you make it or if you buy it. Only millennials would have this discussion. Okay, Boomer. Apple and Samsung here. Oh, you got both. So you're bougie like that. You got both. I did too. I got like Mac and stuff. Okay, next question. Am I doing P90X or 3? I assume you mean P90X 3. I'm doing P90X 3. Because P90X, its sessions are too long. I'll start yawning like 45 minutes. It's not that I'm a badass or anything. It's just I literally like, my body just starts getting tired and starts yawning in the middle of working out. So these 30-minute sessions on P90X are amazing. I literally got sick. I was running out of breath on the cold start, which is the optional thing you can do before you start to get warmed up. I was out of breath before then, so I'm clearly out of shape. And then I got into the program, the first episode, which is like total synergenics, and I stopped 20 minutes in, so I had 10 minutes left. I was sick. I was on the bathroom floor like, nope, this isn't working with me. But I got back on it, because after that sickness, oh, dude, I feel so much better. If you're sitting here right now and you're not working out and you're really considering working out, just do it. Just do it. Stop being weak. Get the bitch out of your heart. Okay. Okay. We got saying Apple Samsung because it's better. Laughing Mom. Boomer. Boomer is anyone before 2000. I think you're wrong, Matthew. Because a millennial is anybody 85 and on. So a boomer, because baby boomers. Oh no. I don't remember what generation you said you were, Mom. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Next question. It's the last question. How do you become a pilot? That is a big question. It depends on what you want to. What do you want to do? Do you want to fly for the fun of it? There's people. I've met pilots who just wanted to fly people to be able to have them jump out of their plane and skydive. Like that's all he wanted to do. Met people that just want to do it for the fun of it. So depends on which way you want to go. In the end, and the general premise, the ATP versus Blue Line video, watch that. It's coming out before the end of January. But watch that. It'll have a structure in there that you can understand about what you'd be looking for. But you need to find a quality flight school. It's really what it comes down to. What can you afford? Well, Craig says he's sick. Oh, Craig, you're such a victim. Take a plane, turn it on, and go. Boom, you're a pilot. Good question. Let's define a pilot, guys. We will eventually get to the definition of a hand towel. Define pilot. Because I guess it depends on the authority of where you're flying. Because I flew a drone. Does that make me a pilot? According to the helicopter world, no. I'm just a piece of shit. Pilot. A person who operates the flying controls of an aircraft. Technically, I'm already a pilot. Because I did my 0.9 hours in my Discovery flight. So it depends. I think based off of the authority in America, you're not considered a pilot because they have standards that they have in place for you to be able to hold that title. But, I mean, according to this, a person who operates the flying controls of an aircraft. Matthew said, wish it were that easy. The girl tried Florida somewhere, it didn't work. Me too. Oh, no, that was fake. There was a dude that was drunk and got on a plane and took it, but that was a part of the demonstration. But see, She crashed, right? But she operated with the flying controls of an aircraft. So she's a pilot. You just need to get off the ground, man. A hand towel is a small towel used for drying your hands. The hand towel is the smallest towel provided in the room. Put the hand towels near the basin in the bathroom. Thank God. Thank you, Craig, for coming in for that. It was supposed to take 2 hours to get to that point, but Craig saved us, guys. That's effectiveness and efficiency right there. Okay. I answered your question. I don't have any more questions. Where's my notes? I have so many definitions up. Ugh. So the next thing would be a talk with myself, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it. I feel like I want to wrap my head around it a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to wrap my head around it a little more. Dude, this ATP versus Blue Line video is going to be... There's no way it's not going to be an hour, like anything less than an hour. I do not look forward to making that. Ugh. What are you guys up to? What time is it? 7:35. It's pretty good. Siri, what's the meaning to life? Don't go that. Don't go, Matthew. Don't do that. You're gonna go way too deep. It's gonna get way too philosophical in this. And I'm currently reading Jordan Peterson's book, 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos. And my brain is just filled with all kinds of philosophy right now. And it hurts. Hero Hope. That's the way to become debt-free. Pay off your debt. Duh. It's kind of hot in here, guys. You just feel it? You feel a little hot? No? Oh, man. Oh, water. I should hydrate. That's probably where I'm wrong. If you guys, by the way, the workout thing, if you guys are interested, you should really look into the whole P90X3 thing. It's kind of cool. Like, you literally get your ass kicked in half an hour. It sucks. So. Alright, guys. Like I said, today I'm going to skip a talk with myself. Alternate version of me that would want to do that. He's a little tired right now. He doesn't want to talk. For you guys that are on here, I have no idea what I'm talking about. You'd have to watch my other videos. But it's where I talk with myself. And I beat myself up. Well, I guide myself out of a situation that I'm beating myself up about. Damn, Sarah always let me down. Don't ask her that. Hold on. Okay, Google. Nope. My phone doesn't work when I'm on live. Matthew says, what's your deadlift? I have no idea. I haven't been to a proper gym and it was with Craig. That was forever ago. Yeah, rookie cyclist official Johnny. A physical beating. Think domestic violence, but to yourself. It's not... Yeah, it's like that. Domestic violence to yourself. Forgot about that. If I say, okay, Google, which I just did again, you can make your phone go off. Okay. Well, you guys, you know what I always do here. We're 38 minutes in. That's pretty good. I usually try to keep these around, 30, 40 minutes. I will see you next Sunday. Oh, and I move February 1st. So I'll be moving to Raleigh February 1st. What does that look like? Oh, and upcoming launches. You guys, I'm leaving you, and it's like... I'm not set up right now. Hold up. Okay, so what was the first thing I'm supposed to do? I know I'm supposed to talk to you about upcoming launches. Oh, when I'm moving. There may not be a Fluffernutter live. Not this upcoming night, but the next one. Because the next Fluffernutter live would be the 26th. Okay? And then after that, it's the 2nd. And I moved the 1st. So I might be a little caught up in moving on that weekend. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Don't call my mom hot. That's really weird, especially in public. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, upcoming launches. I'm sorry. You guys ever wonder where I go to look up upcoming launches, which is important? You should know when your launches are. If you're a pilot, you need to know about rockets. It's an aircraft. Not an airplane, but an aircraft. There's a difference between those two. I'm learning. Okay. Oh, so where I go to find this is everydayastronaut.com. He's my boy. I love that dude. I don't know him like that, so he's not really my boy. And he has this little section called pre-launch previews. You can go on there, click on the rocket launches, know where they're launching from, what's going on, if they're landing, where they're landing, how they're landing, if they're going to go on land, are they going to land on land, are they going to land in the ocean? So many options in today's commercialized Space Force. Damn, you guys. That can't be real. Hold on. Supposedly the next flight is a day or so from now, and it's SpaceX again. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, it's SpaceX. It happens on January 21st. It'll be, I don't know UTC. I don't know it yet. I know what it means, but I can't convert it in my head like that. So what is that? 1659 UTC. What are we looking at? Oh, wait. TSD. Okay. That is 11:59 a.m. So that's right on the brink of lunchtime. So, lunchtime, launching. They're launching from Cape Canaveral in Florida. So, my Orlando peeps, keep your eyes out and watch it. I hate all you people that live in Florida and don't even take a second to step outside to watch a rocket launch. Something is literally being taken from Earth and thrown that way. Why would you want to miss that? Don't miss it. 11:59 a.m., January 21st. Which is when? That is... Hey, go back. It is Tuesday. So, Tuesday, 11:59 a.m. Okay, cool. Watch it. Love your faces. I'm going to start this timer now. Okay, got to start it. And then I'll answer your questions with the 2 minutes I'll have remaining with this timer. Let's do it, guys. Love your faces. All right. What are you guys saying? You don't want to be that loud. Matthew, you said, how much King School did Blue Line want you to finish before you go there? Essentially as much as I possibly can. But they really want you to prioritize private and instrument and commercial. Because Blue Line does it backwards. They do private, commercial, then instrument. So it's backwards from what I'm normally used to, but so in that order, they really want me to work on that. Drove over the Cape Canaveral for the launch Saturday just to find out that it was scrubbed. Thanks, Elon. Yeah. Dude, I've done that. I've gone to Florida, or I've gone to the East Coast, to Titusville, sat there for 4 or 5 hours. Craig was with me on that one, and it got scrubbed. Literally like minutes before it's supposed to launch. That's the rocket world, man. Siri, what's a rocket? No, we're not doing that. Elon's kind of brilliant, kind of dumb. Elon's brilliant, but he's socially inept. So his intellectual value is not really being hindered there. Oh, speaking of which, I only have so much time. We're at 52 seconds. Okay, why did the last stretch get long? Was it me? Nope, it was weather. It was weather where the capsule was going to land. It wasn't going to be safe for them to pick it up. Matthew 6 blasphemy. Matthew laughs at that. Bitch, I watch it. Says Johnny. Craig says Elon is our simulation creator hiding amongst us. There's a high probability of that. I drove all the way to watch it. Drove from Tampa. That sucks. Blue Line is a cool name. Blue Line has cool videos. Blue Line has cool marketing, cool people, and cool planes. So I'm pumped to be a part of that. Alright, I love your faces, guys. Next Sunday, 7 p.m. Not the next Sunday, but this upcoming Sunday, we'll see each other again. Okay, love your face. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.